I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Monday, November the 20th, and I'm going to talk about the big yearling special at Joplin Regional Stockyards here this Monday the 20th. You don't see yearling specials this time of year, you mostly see calf specials, but in that part of the country there where they stockpile their fescue, clip it in the summertime when it's really hot, and then when the cool season starts and it starts growing again, it's really good grazing right there in that part of the country. And they're going to have some green yearlings, which we haven't seen very many of in quite some time. We've been seeing fat ball and calves and a lot of backgrounded yearlings in places, but expecting 11,000 head of cattle at Joplin Regional Stockyards this Monday here today, starting at 5:30 in the morning. They don't fool around there. They like to get business done during the daylight hours if possible. And they've got 100 pot loads of yearlings there. And that should draw some attention because our Monday high volume sales are probably looking at steady to weak if they follow along with the late week trends and the big feeder auctions last week. But that'll attract a lot of attention there in Joplin, and you can watch that sale and bid right here on dvauction.com or go to joplinstockyards.com and you can get to the bidding console that way. But look at the board for last week. February live cattle futures ended the week at 124.67, down $2.08. December spot live contract ended the week at 118.85, and that did lend a little bit of a basis for most of your hedged feeders there. January feeder cattle ended the week at 151.72, down $5.45. And that was nearly $10 lower than 2 weeks ago. So we've been seeing some stiff losses on our feeder contracts there. Fat trade last week, direct fats in the 5-area feeding region through Thursday, they sold 86,600 head. Pretty good movement. Didn't expect to see a whole lot of trade on Friday. So weighted averages shouldn't change a whole lot. And through Thursday, your live steers were averaging 119.34 in the 5 areas, and dress steers at 189.41. Cattle on feed report came out on Friday. Shouldn't be a big shakeup. Not expecting it to be a big market mover, although it was towards the bearish side. But your analysts did not bomb it nearly as bad as they normally do on the placement, so should be able to hold things together. Your November 1st inventories come out at 106.2% of the same time a year ago, compared to the estimate of 105.7. Your October placements come in at 110.2% compared to 107.1. That is a full 3% there that they missed it, but that's not as bad as they've been missing it here for the last several months. Marketing's 105.6 compared to 105.4 on the estimate. Box beef cutout values on last week's average trade, choice carcasses $210.22, down $2.37 compared to the previous week, and select cutouts average trade at 190.72, down $6.13, and those figures were lower late in the week than they were for the average. And box beef cutouts have been really dropping, especially the select, and getting a big wide spread between select and choice of nearly $20 now. Slaughter for last week was pretty respectable. 639,000 head harvested last week, and that was up 16,000 from the previous week and up 10,000 from the same week a year ago. Cash feeder markets were a lot lower last week, ending the week $3 to $8 lower than the previous week. Your real-time index on Beef Market Central, based on an 800-pound steer up through the middle 12 states there, was down big too, ended the week at 152.60, down $7.64 on a 7-day moving average, and that's nearly the full extent of your cash losses on the trends for last week. But you look at your big Monday sales, like I said, probably going to be steady to weak, but hopefully for all those sellers in Joplin, especially those that have those big loads of some green yearlings and lightly backgrounded yearlings, a lot of guys will give a little bit of supplemental feed on the fescue grass. They should be able to hold things close to steady or hopefully better on those big yearling special there at Joplin. We look at a market for last week there. Shasta Livestock Auction Yard in Cottonwood, California. Had a big special there late last week, and look at all these big drafts of cattle that we pulled up on Cattle Market Central there, including 208 head of 5-weight steers there, averaging just under 550 pounds at $168, and 2 loads of 7-weight steers around 720 pounds at $155, and that's way out west. But on Friday, your big individual quote was from Bluegrass Stockyards, Richmond, Kentucky. 10:30 on Friday morning, they sold 56 head of steers, weighed 828 pounds at $159.60. That's your feeder flash for Monday.